Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Beth, and today I am going to be switching it up a little bit. I'm going to change the format of my channel a little, and I hope it works out. I will explain it in more detail in my community tab, so head on over there if you're actually interested, and thank you. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to be showing you what I've colored this week. And these are the pictures that I've done in the last 7 days. So this one was done in Reptiloids. And you may have seen it. In fact, I did a color along with this. I used the Neocolor 2s. And it came out pretty much the way I wanted it to. I mean, with any art, it's the very definition of art. You're not going to be precise. If you want it precise, get into photography. Alright, so I pretty much like this one. I liked how it came out. I let the water do most of the work. And I think looking back on it, I would have liked a little bit more shiny colors on his armor. And maybe a little bit more darker in the flowers. But other than that, I'm okay with this. Good purple in the tree. Good variety of tones in the sky. Yeah. Overall, this is a pretty good picture. I think I would have liked it a little brighter. A little more vivid, especially in the leaves and the grass. But hey, I'm okay with this one. The library in Mouse Guard. Mouse Guard is turning into one of my all-time favorite coloring books. I love this thing. What drew me to this picture was the tiling, actually. I could just see it with that pale blue kind of steppling. And the rest of it was just there. I liked the stained glass, and I tried to give a warm glow to the stone around it. Might have gone a little too bright, but happy enough. Actually very happy with this picture. I didn't go overboard with my violet or lilac or lavender or whatever color it was. I like it on brown because it makes it look dirty, used. I was a little I didn't put a lot of detail into the books. I probably could have put more, but I was more interested in the stone and the tiling and the woods. So I kind of went a little skimpy on the books, but yeah, I really like this one. I could almost feel the chill from the floor and the stonework. Yeah, love this book, enjoying so much. What did I use? My water brush pens, my Arteza watercolor brush pens. And I had to go over like 2 or 3 times to get a good vibrancy in some of those, especially in the stained glass. But overall, they did a really nice job. Gnomes in the Neighborhood. Another one of my all-time favorite books. And I wanted to do something with that sky area, but never felt whatever idea I came up with just didn't feel right. I was going to do clouds. Gave up on that idea. I was going to do a mountain range going way back into the distance. Didn't do that. I did put in one foresty mountain. Had to draw the attention down a little bit, but other than that, didn't really mess with the sky. I like how the trees came out. They could have been a little bit more varied, but I had fun with it. The flowers, I did that all in yellow, then went over it with a red to get my orange variants on the flowers. There were some points where I think I did too much red, and it looks more like blood splatter than, you know, happy little daisies. But yeah, okay. Then I did blues and greens on the leaves. That is a very detailed picture. It was a lot of flowers and leaves. This is the first time I colored the dog in this book. For some reason I felt really intimidated by him. He looks a little strangely drawn to me, like he has no bones. But yeah, it was simple, it was cute. And as always, I enjoy coloring in it. What did I use for this? This would have been Neo 2s, and there was a ground on it. I put grounds on all my pictures now. I mean, I don't know how people can color without it, but I have to have it. So there's that. I did this in Disney, and it was for a couple of challenges. Coloropoly and Pixie's projects. The prompts for colorology were Disney and non-dominant hand. So I colored this with my left hand. I used my Ohuhu markers, and I hated every second of it. I mean, this simple little picture almost broke me. I hate how it came out. I hate how it looks. My hand ached so bad by the time I got to this point. I was like, no more. I even put the glue and the glitter on with my left hand, okay? This was not a fun project. So it goes with both Pixies and Coloropoly, and it's done. That's the best thing I can say about it. I will never do a non-dominant hand challenge again. This was in a color by number Colortronics. It was a buddy color with Be Cozy, and wow. Alright, on the background I used Neocolors, and in the actual drawing itself I used the Ohuhu alcohol markers. There is a ground on this. Actually, I think I put a Daniel Smith's Buff Titanium ground on it. I wanted everything to have a muted kind of a yellowy look. I don't know why the publisher chose these colors, or the artist or whoever did this chose these colors on the flowers. It doesn't look impressionistic. It looks messy. I really dislike those flowers, and I really tried to match the color that they told you to use, except for the background. That I just put in to do something besides a big white sheet. I wouldn't have done it like this. If I had this picture over again to do, those flowers would be yellows and oranges and reds and maybe a touch of green here and there. You know, it's just nothing like this. It would look nothing like this. Next time. Fine Arts Grayscale. This is one of those ones that I like and don't like. There's a lot of really good aspects about this, and there are some that I am not as pleased with. I think the part I dislike the most is the white water ripples I gave it. think I put them, some of them are okay, but some just too much, too messy. And I didn't give as much reflection as I had wanted. If I'd moved those white lines farther over a little bit so that some of the brown would look like reflections in the water, but didn't do it. I loved the trees. I did fine on the foreground trees. I did okay on the back ones. You know, everything else is just okay. The water is okay. I just not that crazy about the ripples. In Linda Ravencroft's book, this one was interesting. There was an error in the beginning. I had been enabled by Be Cozy to try my distress inks, and I put the distress ink on the bare paper. Now, I had tried this book before. I've worked in this book before, and I know that the ink repels a lot of wet mediums. So after I'd put my base layer of distress inks on, I decided to go over it with a sealant so that I could put water mediums on top of it and not have my distress inks move. So when I put my watercolor ground on top of this, it moved that distress ink a lot. You can see it. I mean, you can see it. Pretty much anything you see in the background is where that ink moved. After screaming and wringing my hands and, you know, almost giving up, I thought, okay, fine, I will incorporate it into the page. And the next layer was watercolor brush pens, and it took 2 or 3 applications to really get some kind of a vivid coloration. Along the bottom I did some water drops to deliberately get little blooms. I was very happy with that. That's totally random. You cannot control how those come out. And I was very happy with how it almost gave it a scaly look. Yeah, really like that. In the upper right, I was going over all the smears. I tried to give the effect of like a really craggy mountain range, maybe a dragon's lair type of rock, but really it just looks like brown got smeared there. But I know what it was intended for, quite like it. And that's it. 7 pictures in 7 days. That's pretty good. Don't normally do that many. So, yeah, we'll see what happens next week. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.